Okay, I'm back. So, I really, really love my job. I'm self employed. I couldn't ask for any more. And I do art. I do this art all day long. Sometimes, we got to work sometimes. And sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just screw off when I want to, or when I don't have an order, or two, or three. And that's why I like it so much, because it's not that demanding. It is, when you've got orders, it is demanding. But I don't have little kids that I have to feed or keep a roof over their head, or I don't have those kinds of things where um, I would be in a situation where I have to make a lot of money to make ends meet and feed the family and juggle everything. I don't have that kind of responsibility. So what I make off my job is what I make. And this is what I do for a job. I do art. And I love it. I just don't like it. I freaking love it. I'm pursuing my dream. I'm doing what I always wanted to do. Just do art. Some of the stuff that I pre-make, it sells. Maybe not right away, but eventually. Sometimes it sells a lot. And I have to make more. Sometimes I have to plan ahead, like for Halloween, the holidays and stuff, and have things ready for people to buy. And I like that too. So I just really love what I'm doing. I'm never bored. I always have something to do. I'm pursuing my dream, being self employed, not working for the man, working for myself, being independent. Oh, this stick is kind of short. I think I need a different stick. I've been self employed for more than my life than I have worked, and I pay taxes too. You have to pay your taxes. You have to pay your part to society. It would be nice if we didn't have taxes to pay, but we do. Every year, somebody's trying to fight against paying taxes because they don't want to pay taxes. Well, yeah, it would be nice in a perfect world. Yeah, but we don't live in a perfect world. So we try and make it the best that we can. And being self employed, as long as it's something you really like to do, is kind of a sense of freedom too. So this stuff you have to stir for a couple of minutes. So I'm just going to sit here and stir and talk about freedom when you're self-employed. When I have orders that have to get out the door, I got to get them done. So the job does tie me down at times. It's not total freedom. Not total freedom all the time. But man, when I can sit back and say, hey, I've made enough money to make ends meet, just for myself, I feel good. I feel like I've accomplished a lot. Like I said, I don't have any little kids anymore. It's great. You know, I enjoyed having my kids, yeah, but I also enjoy my life now that they've grown up. Because I don't have to worry so much about just making ends meet. You know, you've got to have some kind of backup. You always got to have some kind of backup if you want to live my life. And I have that backup. And I guess that maybe that's why I can do what I love to do and feel free while I'm doing it. Even though I'm really not really free. There's still law. There's still property taxes. But I only pay taxes on what I'm the profits that I make. You know what's really nice? Figuring out the square footage of your home and then figuring out what kind of square footage you use for your business and deducting that on your taxes. It's great. You know, there's all these little perks like that that I love. There's a lot to being self-employed, a lot to it. And there's no place I'd rather be. I warmed this resin up for a while to get the bubbles out. If your resin is warmer, like at least 72 degrees, you will have far less bubbles. And I only have a few in here. But these moons came with that sun that I showed in a video the other day. Yeah, it wasn't just a sun. It was the sun and two moons. So I'm wondering what color to make the moons, and I think that they'll be bluish. I think that yellow and orange contrast with blue on each side of it would look nice. Of course, I could make them any color, you know. I mean, this is a liberal kind of time frame going on. I think. I don't know. So make sure that you slide and scrape the side of the cups when you stir this stuff. Let me see. I think I stirred it for a couple minutes. It looks mixed. I'll just stir it a couple more minutes. Big air bubble came up. I usually clean off the stick a couple times, and this time I forgot. I was too busy talking. So I just really love what I do, and I want to do more of it. Unfortunately, there's not enough hours in a day. So what color should I color the moons? Aquamarine, lapis, or turquoise? And this is transparent colors. I'm going to make them kind of light. They will be transparent But I got in the mail. I'm going to leave this set for a minute. I have like 45 minutes to work with that. And I know that there are some people who visit me here sometimes, and they're always interested in what I'm doing and like to see some of the art and what I got in for supplies. And this came today. This is from Naked Fusion, and they have, what's a ghost color? I mean, like, really, what's a ghost color? Let's see. These colors are just beautiful. Oh my God. I mean, that's another thing about my job. I get to work with beautiful colors. Okay, this is slate silver, ocean, blue sky, sapphire. Oh, I like that. Peacock, salmon. Salmon's good. Rose quartz. It looks a little too bright pink to be rose quartz, but pink flamingo. Copper red. Oh, that's pretty. Amethyst. Titanium. Black pearl. Nitro coffee. Champagne. Metallic bronze. I love these metallic colors. 24 karat gold. Gold jewel. What's the difference? They really look the same. Maybe the 24 karat is just one tone darker. Okay, so here, oh, I see what ghost colors are. This is ghost blue, so it looks white, and it's a color shift. You see it changes to blue, but you can't see it in that light, can you? Yeah, it changes to blue. Okay, so here's ghost violet. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's going to be nice. Really, really nice. Pearl necklace. So they couldn't call them chameleon because someone else has the name chameleon colors. They had to name them ghost colors. Green apple, seafoam, peridot, which doesn't look like peridot to me, and zesty orange, and liquid sun. What's the difference between that and gold? Oh, it's really yellow. So these colors came in, and I can't wait to use some of these in jewelry making and other stuffs. Maybe some resin things that I don't want transparent. So I'm really excited about colors. I love colors. And I work with colors and stuff like that mostly all day long, besides wire wrapping. And even when I'm wire wrapping, I'm still kind of working with colors because I get to put beads in and stuff like that. And I finished my last piece. I always have something to show. And this one I put the dragon vein bead in. So there's that one. Getting her done. Now I got a whole little collection of those. Maybe I'll hang them from the moon. Maybe I'll drill holes in here and hang them. Otherwise, these don't have any hangers in them. So I'm going to have to drill a hole. But that can be done. That's no problem. Just Pop these bubbles. There. So I think I'm going to put turquoise in. Let's put 1 drop of turquoise. I just really can't make up my mind. And this turquoise is kind of green. Let's put 1 drop of aquamarine. And 1 drop of lapis. Let's stir it up. So what kind of blue we'll get. It looks like Windex. Yeah, it does. It looks like Windex. You know, I have an allergy to blue, like that blue dye they put in food. I can't have that stuff because it, well, you don't want to know what it does. But something happens every time I eat something blue or drink something blue. You know, so like blue raspberry, blue moon, I cannot have them. But blue is my favorite color. So I know I'm weird. I do have an allergy. Food dye. Oh, this is nice and warm. So when it's warm, the bubbles rise a lot better. I think what I'm going to do is just put a squirt of isopropyl alcohol in the mold so that it pops even more bubbles, even the little tiny micro bubbles, hopefully. Sometimes it does. So what I do is I just take this isopropyl alcohol and let me see, just go through there real quick and pour this in. You know, the thing is, when you're self-employed, though, you sometimes have to reinvest into supplies and materials. You got to make sure you're making enough money to at least do that. So that, let that level out a little bit. I think I'm just going to drop some aquamarine, no, some lapis. We'll do lapis. And just put a couple drops in here before I pour more, because they are going to need more filling. I think what I'm going to do is swirl it around a little bit. Just taking, so that when this is hanging up and you kind of see through it a little, it's streaked. And you can see the streaks and ripples of this color in there. Just like that. That's kind of how I do the resin feathers too. I'm just going to fill them up a little bit more. So yeah, people do buy this stuff. Sometimes I get special orders. Sometimes they want a sign for their business, or a photo frame to put their loved ones in. That's a real popular one. There. I'm just going to leave it now, I think. Let's just turn it that way and see. I think it looks fine. It's going to move for a while. So kind of move and get wavy and stuff until it kind of gets jelly and decides to settle. It'll move for a while. So let's fill this other one. I wonder if I have enough resin. And it would be nice if these kind of match. So I'm going to go with the same blue. What color was that? Lapis? You know, at my age, Alzheimer's kind of sets in and you get a case of CRS. Can't remember shit. Okay. Now we're going to scrape all that good resin out of here. I just think because I'm self-employed, I've got it made. I really do. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm having fun doing it. I can't complain about anything. My husband gets involved with this, with the art. What have I got to complain about? I love life and I'm happy. I am so freaking happy. I named my channel Happy Hour. I just recently added on to the name, though, Happy Hour Arts and Crafts, because people started to think that I'm drinking. Yeah, and I don't drink. So I changed it today to Happy Hour Arts and Crafts. I think it was a good idea. So that's it. I think I've got, I've still got getting a little bit more out of this cup. Because this one here is just a little short fill. Not quite as full as the other one. Maybe. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe it's really full. You can't tell. Okay. Enough clowning you. All right. Now I'm just going to drop those drips of lapis in here. And then I'm going to show you another trick. Another way to get the bubbles out. I don't want to torch. I know a lot of people do it, but I'm not going to. They torch the resin a little to get, pop the surface bubbles right in the mold. But then if you get too close, too much heat to these molds, you can't unmold your piece that easily. And it's really a pain. So it kind of wrecks your mold. Instead, you can spritz alcohol on top of here. And I forgot to spritz alcohol in this one when I started it. Oh, this is blending in too much. They're not gonna match. They're not going to. Maybe that's why they look different. Because I didn't spritz the alcohol. Why didn't you remind me? But watch this. Oh, it looks like cells. It reminds me of cells. A little bit over here. Let's just see what it'll do on that one. I think that's the resin in this one already sunk too much. So I can still see it moving very, very slowly. Very slow. Like a slow ride. All right. So that looks a little closer together. Just a little bit. We're getting there. I don't want them to look like totally different. There. Oh, Sasha. Okay. But they do look totally different. Sasha can't get in by me. I have the gate closed because I'm working with Resin. And the puppy that she is, she jumps up on my desk with her front paws and she can reach across my desk almost. So I close the gate when I'm working with Resin. It works out really nice to have a gate in my art door because I don't want to close the door and be like locked in here, shut in here. And she wants to still hear and see me. So there we go. I am done. Done. Now I'm going to demold these tomorrow morning. They should be set up by, it's still early in the evening. I would say by, 4:20 a.m. See you in the next video.